all season long. And it comes down to this. And the tip goes to Brunson, the National Player of the Year.
Jim Nance granted a little minimum, but Wolverines. And a quick post up already.
On Simpson, right over him for the easy basket. Woo! Backed him into the paint.
He's able to take advantage of his size matchup. Jalen Brunson, Villanova's best post-up player. First possession, going right at Simpson.
A lot of pick and slip. A lot of ball screens, trying to establish low. He's got a little hook in his game. Nice footwork.
A little left-hand shot, too.
How about that little lingerie lingering there? The big fella. Well, for the heck of a start.
Some matchup to watch, right? When you talk about Spellman against Wagner.
Exactly how Kansas started, if you remember. Azubuike with a low post play.
She did. And then Nova went on a run and gained control really early.
Oh,
and
my
look at
goodness.
Brunson making a little statement here at the start.
He's been at too many meetings, too many awards.
Yeah.
He's fatigued.
Not going to have anything left. Hasn't hit the rim in the two shots.
It's amazing. Little side to side. See if they're forced into playing one-on-one. Villanova's defense and Michigan's have really improved.
Wagner again to the basket. This time he'll shoot free throws.
And right now, the stars for both teams really going at each other. Wagner here, nice ball fake, footwork, finish. And then Brunson doing what he's done all season, just takes his time, gets the shot he wants every possession. And right there, when he's hitting shots like that, it's going to be a long night.
Draws a quick foul on Spellman. That 24-15 performance on Saturday, you've always seen that kind of potential in him. We've seen him a lot the last 2 years.
Olajuwonish.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That same neighbor. Since '79, only Olajuwon from Houston. Larry Bird in '79 had a Final Four semifinal game with 24 points at least and 15 rebounds minimum.
Those two guys didn't have much of a pro career after that.
And this kid probably will.
Yeah, he is really a keeper. Can face that modern day pick and pop three.
Right now, Michigan, we know they're one of the best teams at guarding the three-point line. Let's see if Villanova gets into shot fakes and continuing to attack the paint off the dribble.
Brunson wants it again. Now he's going to have to look for another option. Able to get it back out.
They don't mind tough twos, though, Villanova. They'll take what you get. Good D.
That's Rockman who comes away with it. Taking on Booth and laying it up and in for the lead at 6-4.
And he is the key. He has to come out, be aggressive on both ends. Offensively, giving Michigan some points, like on that last play.
Villanova's got to go side to side a little bit. Don't just settle on the immediate hit, one-on-one. I think you got to move Wagner away just like this. See how they cover it. Did they recover well?
Spellman now working on Wagner at the other end, and he is too strong with the short shot.
This is when they're tough. The early hit, particularly when Robinson comes in.
Matthews driving in and slides off the rim, nearly went. And he too will have a couple.
His ability with that drive, pretty impressive. But here, anytime you turn it over, that point on the floor, you're going to pay dearly for. Pretty good hustle on the defensive end, but coughing enough leads to these easy opportunities.
Whistle on Booth. And Matthews, who has been Michigan's leading scorer in the 5 tournament games. Had 17 against Loyola Chicago on Saturday and a couple of big baskets in the second half. Watch tonight's game on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app.
And Jim, free throw shooting could become crucial down the end. Michigan not as good as they would like to be. Struggle around 66%. But this kid can really go left as he did that nice crossover to the rim.
And that one too rolls out. And Spillman has an early whistle. He goes out for Villanova.
And Jim, I think this is advantage seat in the hole because Pascal can really move Wagner away from the goal. Should open up opportunities attacking the rim.
Yeah, they got DiVincenzo in for him. And there's an open lane. Brunson sees it. And that's a clean block. Whoa, what a block by Matthews. Over to Rockman.
Great closeouts by both teams early.
Mismatch inside Wagner.
They don't mind it, really. Good weak side help by Villanova. There's a pick and pop. Wagner should go right now to get it back with Bridges on him.
Wagner gives it up. Open corner. Rahman. He struggled from the floor on Saturday.
Well, they need him badly. He's such a talented kid.
If you've noticed with Michigan, they are not double teaming inside when the ball goes in there. They're opting to stay with the shooters.
That was the first three-point attempt by either side in this game.
And there's the ISO they like from the pinch post for Bridges.
Pascal puts one up.
Nice challenge. He was a pretty good defender with size.
Simpson slows down, goes back. Wagner. He's going to launch. He's going to hit.
Woo. How about that? And that mismatch size-wise, Brunson the only one in the area on that early offense and push. The big fella rising big time.
Made more threes than any player in Division I, 6'11" or taller.
And they have gotten so much better defensively, Michigan. That's why they're on this streak.
Bridges gives it up. Pascal underneath, doubled up. Back outside Booth. Step to the hole, lost it for a moment. And Michigan got a hand on it. Wolverine faithful wanted a double dribble. Here's the shot by Booth, front of the rim. And that is Pascal who got it back. Tapped it so Bridges was able to hit it.
Big time, you're right, Jim. That's the activity of Pascal. Very active around the rim. He's big, strong, and tough.
And Raph, right now, though, Michigan is making it difficult for Villanova. Every shot attempt, except for that last one, it's very tough. Villanova, nothing easy thus far.
You knew they weren't getting that many three attempts. Michigan was not going to permit it.
Simpson with Bridges, a great defender on him. Has to go back outside Wagner. Pascal defending. Pascal watches Wagner take him right to the hole.
And right now he's playing with so much confidence, continuing with his performance from Saturday night, setting the tone early for the Wolverines.
And Villanova off their game a little. Pascal just hugged him. He should have backed off with a hand up.
Pascal, that one doesn't go. He missed only one shot out of 11 attempts on Saturday. He's 0 for 2 at the start here.
Every night is a different horse race. We know that.
Rahman got around Booth. In the paint, back outside. Open is Matthews. It's a three. And it's cleared by Booth.
And Wagner's tired. They ought to go at him. He just asked to come out of the game. Little North Carolina job. And
the whistle, Booth to the hole and the hoop.
Look at him
well into the under 16 without a whistle.
And Wagner's exhausted, Jim. He wants a double fist.
That was great awareness there by Booth.
That sure
Booth
was.
Going right at the big fella. Nice shot fake getting to the rim.
And as you know, where do you rest on defense? Watch him now. We'll get a touch. He'll be all right.
Wagner, fatigue, goes back outside.
Steps.
And a traveling call.
Two mistakes.
Fatigue play.
Sure, 2 in a row. Cost him dearly. But the big fella doing a great job. How about 9 points early? 3 for 3.
The last 4 Naismith Award winners to win a national title. Danny Manning in '88. Christian Laettner, Shane Battier, and Anthony Davis. Those are the last 4 to win the Naismith and the national title, which Brunson is trying to achieve tonight. That ball tipped by Matthews, who's had 2 defensive gems, and he gets blocked from behind. And no foul, but out of bounds off Pascal.
Nice hustle.
You are watching the national broadcast on TBS. For team-centric coverage, check out the Villanova teamcast on True TV or the Michigan teamcast on TNT.
Brunson gets one more award. He'll match Grant Hills.
Boy, they got. And with Wagner on the bench, Teskey on the floor along with Duncan Robinson. This is Rahman. And
Well, they need him. And look
big sign for Coach Beilein's side.
And a sigh of relief by him. He just said, hallelujah.
Right now, early, Villanova just out of sorts offensively. A lot of deflections, a few turnovers, uncharacteristic for the Wildcats. They got to execute their offense.
Moving Spellman around in ball screen situations, get Teskey away from the roof.
How about this activity by the Wolverines? This extra hustle, contesting every shot.
It's a tough shot, and that's Teskey with the rebound, boxing out Spellman, who's back on the floor. Behind the back, Rahman, 2 in a row. No, pull down Pascal.
Don't get in one of those running games with the Cats. You got to take good shots.
DiVincenzo comes off the bench.
Doesn't take long, does it?
Fearless.
They are. Catch, break your guy down and drill it.
Their first 3 of the night for the Wildcats.
think with Wagner out, you just got to trust your offense for Michigan.
Pretty drive and release. He is really a talented kid. One of the great ISO breakdown people against a heck of a defender.
Wagner liked what he saw. Rahman raised about an hour away from the Villanova campus in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now, DiVincenzo takes on Simpson, and he gets the basket and one.
And that's when they open up the middle, give the driving lane, make it available. And of course, DiVincenzo pretty good at that. How about this? Against Bridges, no weak side help. You got to stay home with the shooter. You got Robinson in one area, and that's what they do. They deploy beautifully.
But look at the defenders for Michigan. Everybody's guarding the three-point line. That one-on-one opportunity for Villanova will be there, getting to the rim against the Michigan defense.
So Wagner comes back out after that 9-point start, hitting all three from the field, including a triple. DiVincenzo, who's the third leading scorer for the Wildcats, 6th man of the year in the Big East. And you see the initials there for the late legend, the man who led Villanova to his first national championship, Rolly Massimino. Passed away last August 30.
A great friend of yours, and of course ours, and such an influence on Jay and Villanova. Great family as well.
Jordan Poole here, taking on Pascal. Dipsy-do, and it goes!
They know that matchup, and that's the one thing Jay told both of us yesterday, or all three of us, I should say. They know who to ISO on, who we can take off the bounce. Not too bad. Jordan, in his own pool, able to finish. Big time. Pascal, a little bit late.
We have a kid at the line here who knocked Houston out with an incredible shot.
But you haven't spoken to him since?
That's not true. Poole completes the three-point play.
He's got some, I just love this kid. Energy. He's got all the handshakes, the dance moves. Reminds me of myself when I was younger.
Oh, sure. I know there's no tape, but maybe some film of that still around.
A big thing here, fouls, turnovers, and rebounds. Those are the keys. No silly fouls. Don't give second possessions, and don't cough it up. And both of these teams really value the ball. Villanova 10 turnovers, and of course Michigan at that 9 number.
So Pascal to the bench, Bridges in. That whistle was on Simmons, who's come on the floor for the first time for the Wolverines. There's Brunson trying to circle around that Wolverine.
He got a little bump there.
Yeah,
a little nickel time.
And Brunson's so smart right there. Raph just initiating the contact, making the officials make that call right there, and kind of selling it a little bit. When you're National Player of the Year, you can do that.
Sure, get a little attention. You got some calls in your day.
Oh, there you go.
So Robinson's first.
Robinson, the key guy, because you know we can make those open shots. So you got to lock in on him. It opens up driving lanes for others.
6th man of the year in the Big Ten. It certainly speaks to the importance. They both have the Conference Player of the Year as a 6th man on each side. Here's the other one. DiVincenzo. Well, he hit.
Look at this hustle, keeping it alive. And those are the possessions they value.
Bridges.
They got a foul here at Robinson again, number 2. Boy, that really hamstrings them too.
We talked, Raph, about 50-50 balls right now, and Bridges from the top of the key running in here, getting the offensive rebound, and then DiVincenzo giving some extra effort. Looks like Robinson raised his elbow, called for that foul, but you got to block out if you're the Wolverines on defense.
As you said, Raph, that's 2 on Robinson, who has to come out, and Matthews back on the floor.
And the interesting aspect with that is Grant knows you have to play Robinson. It gives really ample opportunity to penetrate.
Nova just 1 out of 7 from 3. This is the 2 coming up short for Spellman.
Nice job by Wagner. Made him force it a little bit. No arc. Automatic switching, John Beilein says, gives them trouble. We saw that with Loyola. Nice slip by the big guy.
Wagner with 2 defenders on him.
I'll tell you what concentration, the weak side help came with Wagner able to finish. Certainly Michigan continuing to try to get the ball to the big fella.
They have been very efficient, Jim, on the offensive end. Villanova have been struggling with this excellent D of Michigan.
Michigan raising the lead to 21-14. Brunson, Bridges, open look. 1 out of 8 from 3 now, the Wildcats. And on the line, it'll stay at this end.
Well, the counter to the switch, and the big thing is slipping screens, and this guy is excellent at it. Good read, international flavor at the rim. And as you noted, huh? How about that counter?
But look at that move right there, the concentration, and to be able to finish. That was not an easy play inside by Wagner.
I'm so impressed with Michigan's defense, doing a lot of switching on their own.
Pascal forced to go back outside, step up for a two. DiVincenzo, he's come off the bench now and put up 8 points.
He's a fake starter though, Jim, but they do the best job, I think, in the country of pump faking, getting you to bite and making you pay. Nice slip again. He's got him if he wants him.
Michigan shooting 67%. Wagner.
Good hands.
On the floor. Pascal has it.
Oh, I love
Wagner
it.
ties him up. And it's an arrow that belongs to Michigan as they untangle the two battling for it.
And right now, you love this effort. Great hands by Bridges, but look at the bodies on the floor. That ball belongs to them, and they're fighting for it. That's championship effort right there by both ball clubs.
They're trying to calm Mo down just a little bit. He does get into the game.
They have 7 to shoot.
Force the ball to the corner. Could be a pin and then a slip.
Rockman, Booth trying to smother him. Wagner gets DiVincenzo to commit. That's all there. And it comes to Bridges. Quickly.
Bad foul.
DiVincenzo, Rockman hit him across the face inadvertently.
And they had balance too. He didn't have to foul. Simmons in the back there. Unnecessary giveaway. You don't want to put them on the free throw line too early.
First on Rockman, and Simpson comes in for Simmons.
And he has not been able to turn the corner nor look to on the offensive end.
Michigan has a taller Livers right now on Brunson. Maybe trying to keep him from getting inside.
It's healthy to have a good Livers, you know that.
DiVincenzo takes it to the paint and unable to finish.
Nice challenge at the rim, though. Thought he should have jammed that. He's capable. He can elevate now.
Booth trying to hold him off.
They got the hand on, yeah.
Yep. Bleacher Report's original animated series, Game of Zones, is returning for the playoffs. Watch Game of Zones only on the free Bleacher Report app.
John Beilein recognizing getting the big guy a little blow. Teskey in. Wagner, they want to keep him fresh. He made a couple of mistakes when he got tired.
So Booth goes out with a second. Gillespie comes onto the floor. Freshman for Coach Wright.
So they got the mismatch in there, but we'll do a great job fronting.
Matthews now has to come back out. 5 to shoot. Challenging the freshman, who's all over him. Shots up. And it's over the top of the backboard. Shot clock violation.
Pretty
that
good.
Was fantastic defense right there as a freshman going against Matthews, one of Michigan's best one-on-one players, but forcing him into a tough shot.
By this time on Saturday night, Villanova was starting the show. 7 out of 14 that would go all the way to 18 makes.
I'd never seen anything like it.
This is for their second of the night, and it spins around and out.
First at Kansas, look back to play here. Nice kick.
Look at that block out. Brunson inside against the taller Teskey. 7-1 inside against Brunson at 6'3".
And making all those threes really got Michigan ready to defend against it. Look at these scrappy hands. And not a good foul there by Teskey.
Look at Brunson.
He's like
trying to get his team fired up.
Looks like he might come back with Spellman. I see him up. Very tough when you drive with that big guy. He's got to move those puppies. And this kid is a leader. Extraordinary. He does not get fatigued either.
6th team foul first on Teskey. Spellman is back on the floor. He gives it. Bridges.
Can elevate.
And that one gets the dead bounce.
And he's the guy. Bridges has to have an impact, be aggressive. Getting to the basket can do so much for this team. Must be big tonight.
A good read. He had Simpson, too.
Rockman.
Short.
And that's Spellman in position. Getting it out to DiVincenzo. On the wing. Brunson to the paint. Spin around and short of the rim.
A good job by Matthews.
Stayed down on that ball
He
fake.
did, right.
Teskey almost walked.
A foul giveaway again. The silly one puts him on a 1-and-1. That was Matthews.
Both teams right now leaving it all on the court. We have a good one here, guys.
1-and-1 for Kevin Gillespie. Remind you of anyone?
A little bit. I could never say the kid's name. I had a short to Arch.
Even Jay Wright says when I saw him, it's facially like Archie Diacono, who you just saw. Tracy Morgan is the last OG. A new comedy premieres tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. on TBS. Great to see Ryan here, and what a credit to this program. He has been, and even Jay Wright will tell you that the culture was changed. The program, it became something different when Ryan and Daniel Ochefu showed up on campus for the first time.
And he picked up a charge.
In practice.
Made him a captain as a freshman.
Four-year captain.
And he went out with a title. So did Daniel, of course. Last 6 points to Nova.
Let's see if they get Wagner involved in the screening situation. Spellman not as comfortable out here playing the big guy. Once again, that slip and hesitation. They got him if they want him.
Matthews
Steps.
Yes, indeed.
Great defense inside by the big fella. Spellman, excuse me, sliding his feet.
Both clubs are really playing championship D. How about that little slip? And then he locks his guy, and they don't get it in.
Yeah.
Exactly. You've got to take advantage. Against good defensive teams, you may get one opportunity. Got to pursue it.
So Michigan's missed its last 5 and turned it over a couple of times, so not getting the results it had early.
Villanova only 1 assist on their 8 made baskets. A lot of one-on-one play and a lot of missed shots thus far for the Wildcats.
Fade away, Bridges.
Nice job by Livers, too. Bodying up, forcing him away from the rim. Watch Poole with this matchup here with Spellman. You know he loves that 3.
Over 4 minutes without a field goal. Wagner hung on the rim for a while, and Rockman able to pick it up. Set up Simpson. And that's Spellman as Poole was flying in, and Spellman was able to overpower him.
Villanova in one of those grunt games like Texas Tech right now, that kind of style. Nothing coming easy. Toothaches.
Look how far out this is. And it's Mets.
He shot that from Wilmington. And what did he say to you? He played soccer until what?
Yeah,
Until he was 14. Yeah.
Never played organized basketball until his freshman year in high school.
And you started when you were 2 or 3 grand. That's why you didn't do well.
Now just a sophomore at Villanova. Rockman comes back with a drive to the basket.
And really all alone out there was Bridges. Nobody could rake or help. He's got to do a better job containing.
First bucket in 5 minutes and 12 seconds.
Better with Spellman out of the low post. More things can get done. Nice slip by the big guy. And a foul. Good foul, though.
Right in the back. Yeah, there was going to be no stopping Spellman otherwise.
Exactly.
But DiVincenzo, wow, this is confidence right here. Had a game in the Sweet 16 against Alabama. We had a big night in the first half. And Rockman, the senior, so steady, attacking, getting to the rim, taking advantage of the mismatch. Both players stepping up big.
And arrested, Brunson comes in. That's the improvement, I think, in Gillespie's game. Injured that hand December 10th, came back January. One of 3 guys that got hurt. And when they came back, they were a deeper team.
1-1 for the freshman from Cleveland. His mother and father, both Division I basketball players at Youngstown State. He's got a brother who is already committed to playing at Temple next year, and he's got a sister who's one of the highest recruits in the country.
His stock has just improved. I think his game has taken another level.
And he's got another family member who certainly made the most out of his career, London Fletcher, who was one of the great NFL players pound for pound.
Quite the family.
Yeah.
And he has trimmed down, speaking of pounds. He is a solid guy, more athletic than that body belies.
Big East freshman of the year.
Bridges out front on this 1-2-1. His length gives a lot of problems, just trying to disrupt the rhythm and flow of Michigan's offense.
And then they get a little bit later in the shot clock. Nice step and go. What a setup.
But Matthews lost it on the way up. Fortunately for Michigan, Livers was there. So Rahman has a chance. Contested. Oh, and it just comes off the rim. But free throw's coming.
He is out right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence. We saw the three. How about this little step and go? Very great read. Have to be on alert. You know you got dribble handoffs. You know you got back cuts.
But Michigan's so good at taking advantage of the matchup. You saw that Matthews had a big guy on him, set him up for that back door. John Beilein, one of the best offensive coaches with that.
One more coming for Rahman, son of a coach. His father, Dawood, is the head coach at Lehigh Carbon Community College. And he's wearing that Michigan uniform tonight for the last time. But the 144th time, more than any player has ever worn the Michigan uniform.
It was fun talking about his dad. His dad gets a little excited on the sidelines as a coach. He gets into the game.
Rahman has 10 points on the night. Different story from Saturday.
And that little initial triangle look.
DiVincenzo feeling it.
Wow.
Getting it.
Wow.
My goodness.
That's what makes them tough. There's so many outs out there. All of them shoot with such confidence.
At the Connolly Center on campus. They love what DiVincenzo's doing with 14 off the bench. And he's hit all three threes the Wildcats have on the board. Simpson comes back and answers with two.
And Simpson, known for getting to the basket, thought about passing that, but made the right decision. Great finish. But DiVincenzo.
How about that? He is playing with such confidence.
I should have started late.
He is such a tough matchup because of his athleticism at the rim as well.
Look at DiVincenzo driving in. Oh, and it goes! And a foul!
This is what happens in games like this. You think it's Brunson, maybe you think it's Bridges. Don't fall asleep on these other guys. Take the hit and keep on ticking. Whew.
And Raph, what I love about him, as you said, he's like the sixth starter for Villanova, but his confidence, his belief in himself, and Jay Wright gives him a little leeway, understands how great and talented of a player he is.
Rahman out, Poole back on the floor. And not able to.
Look at this fumble.
Spellman somehow ends up with it.
He was going to shoot it again.
Why not?
There's that pump and the foul offense. Brunson, I believe, #1.
It is.
And Simpson is one of those guys that get into you. He can claw away.
He's heating up here in San Antonio. 30-26 at the under 4. You saw the graphic. Perhaps that he scored 16. DiVincenzo has 16 of the 30. And those 16 have come in a span here of 8.5 minutes. As they come back from 7 down and are on a 16-5 stretch, the Wildcats to go up 4.
This is an important time. Who can close out the half these last 4 minutes? Feeling good. Right now, Wagner's got to get these touches.
Wagner bounce pass on the money for Matthews.
How about that read? He was about to pick it up and kick it out, but you bail your buddy out, step and go and finish big time.
And just good things happen when Wagner gets the basketball, Coach.
It's amazing, isn't it? Knows the game. We're gonna start calling him Dirk.
Brunson.
Nice cut again.
Bounce pass of his own to set up DiVincenzo.
And both teams, you've got to stay at home and see the ball and your man. You can't sneak a peek, get that head on the swivel.
That was just the second assisted bucket for Villanova. Simpson looks to go inside, and it's going the other way. Wagner says, hey, that was off Spellman.
I think they got it right, actually. How about the pass right here? Bail your buddy out And the other one, how about ringing the bell here, Grant?
Jalen Brunson, the same thing. Great cut, tremendous finish. And you're right, you're going to have to play man-to-man defense, guard your own player, and stay at home with the help. As you can see, both teams falling, going after the basketball, showing the emotion and pride. They want this.
Well, I wouldn't believe Wagner because he thought he was saved the ball the other night, and he almost destroyed us.
But did you notice, Grant, that as he was heading to the sideline, even though it was 15 feet away, that Raph ducked under the table?
A wise man.
Yes, indeed.
Holding his glasses. Brunson. Oh, and it's too strong.
Simpson will not back off. He is a chesty, tough kid.
Poole shakes free the defender, unable to hit it.
And that was an impressive jab
How
step
about
right
that?
there.
DiVincenzo ended up down on the Jersey Turnpike on that one.
Somewhere by the Delaware Memorial Bridge.
Very close to it. The way he's playing, he's going to become incorporated. I assure you, that town.
2 minutes to go in the half.
Good pass.
Left alone, and Spellman takes it from who else? DiVincenzo.
What else do you want from that kid? Bring in the hammer as well.
Simpson, Wagner.
Nice extra pass.
Look at all the way around to Matthews. They got a good shot.
They got to make that, though. Compliment the ball movement.
Wolverines have misfired on their last 7 from beyond the arc.
And Grant, you brought this out the other night. They're a great closing team, Villanova. Last couple of minutes, and they got an offense. DiVincenzo's just killing them.
And Raph right here, watch how he froze him right here. Great patience, he used his eyes, got the weak side to commit, but just finding inside Spellman for the easy finish. DiVincenzo putting on a clinic here on the offensive end.
Timeout, Michigan. Minute 24 to go in the first half. He said, I said, did your dad ever meet him? He said he met him once and he was in awe of Rolly, who would give him little pointers like shooting, just do this, do that. And he wouldn't leave until I applied it.
Show me first. I'm not leaving till you do it.
I knew Rolly would have some kind of influence on this game tonight.
Of course, Robinson not in the game. Not too many opportunities. Open shot. And hanging close is tough, I think, for Michigan without him on the floor. The blow by.
DiVincenzo not able to get it with the left hand. So we got 50 seconds to go. Poole quickly taking it to the hole and giving it up. Blocked and pinned to the wedgie by DiVincenzo. Who else?
It looked like he blocked that twice. Went up there. DiVincenzo not giving up on the play. Just excellent effort.
But when you
the
got
right hand and the left hand.
You got a good tailor, that doesn't happen, you know.
Pretty good when you get both hands on it, you know.
He is an athlete, this kid.
And they get the possession off the arrow with 46 seconds.
Now see if they go 2 for 1. A lot of college teams do not.
Rolls all the way to midcourt, and now Brunson steps up, fires the 3. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, does he love daggers? Just, we got to be ready for that.
Yeah, we'll let him roll up the floor. Looked ahead and said, you know what, they're going to give me the space, I'll take it. Michigan scoreless now for 3 minutes. Wildcats have their biggest lead at 9.
And scrambling on D.
Simpson on Gillespie, not there. Wagner, fade away.
Tough shot. They got 1 now.
Got 1, and a timeout is called by Coach Wright to set up something in the final 12 seconds. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Kenny, Charles, Clark, and the guys have all the first half highlights and analysis coming up on AT&T at the half. Again, this was 21-14 Wolverines at one time.
They came out strong. And right now they need a stop and a rebound, Michigan.
A 23-7 stretch since that time. Now, with 10 seconds, Brunson.
Playing small.
Takes the shot quickly. Too much. Pascal trying to follow up on the floor, and it's going to Michigan with 2 seconds.
That's the first time I've seen Jay say anything to Jalen Brunson. He shrugged his shoulders like, we could have got better than that. Coach, I got you this far.
That ball almost went in there.
It did.
It looked good.
2 seconds, they go to Poole. He's hit one miracle shot. How about another? Nope.
I thought for a chance there. Michigan's got to come back the way they started the game. Of course, with Robinson with the 2 fouls now, an opportunity to get him started. They need some offensive flow.
And Villanova, they can't rely too much on DiVincenzo. Others got to step up here in the second half.
Tracy, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Coach. DiVincenzo coming off the bench with 18 points. How has he changed the game for you in the first half?
Michigan is the best defensive team we played. They're taking everybody else away from us. And Dante's got the ability to create shots on his own, and that's what they're forcing us to do.
You've been able, though, to hold Mo Wagner without a bucket for the last 15 minutes. He had 11 in that first 5. So what have you been able to do to take him out of the game?
Just trying to do a better job of keeping the ball out of his hands and all the screening action where they use him. He was going against Omari early in the game as a freshman. I don't know if he was ready for him, but I think he's a little more comfortable now.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
The last 11 minutes. What a struggle. 20%.
They need Robinson too. He gets 6 points or more. They're 28-0. How about that one?
Yeah.
First play going inside to Wagner like the first half.
There you
Big
go.
step to the hole for 2.
Tracy right on the money with that call. Get the big fella involved. Robinson with a tough matchup. Pascal very good at the rim, can bring him outside, can drive too. Very physical performer.
3,
Short.
Brunson. Follow up Bridges for the layup.
Boy, you've got to check everybody on this team. Great anticipation around the 10.
Same play for Michigan here.
Offense.
Offensive.
Big Mo, huh?
They're trying to set up that same play, post-up opportunity off the screen and roll. And you called it, Coach. You have to block out. Villanova, one of the best attacking the glass. You can't turn your head and go to the ball. You got to find somebody, put a body on them. Mikal Bridges taking advantage.
And how about the speed to get there? He came from the elbow on the opposite side.
He's got that Kerry Kittles frame.
He sure does. There's now an assistant at Princeton when he could fill a lane, huh? A little stacked look.
Switch off over to Pascal. Jump shot. Yes,
Wow,
that's
wow.
a 3.
And that was made Pascal. He slipped the screen. Wagner stayed on Brunson and wide open. Great set by Jay Wright.
Michigan now with its largest tournament deficit. Did come back from 10 in the early minutes of the second half on Saturday against the Ramblers.
Pretty good job by Villanova handling that slice cut, forcing him late in the shot clock.
Rockman.
Got a bump. DiVincenzo.
Got him with the body on that.
This is what you call there. Grant, that little slip to the side.
And that's so hard to defend right there. Wagner coming out to help. Pascal really didn't set the screen, the weak side, unable to rotate. Pascal knocking down the 3. That's big for Villanova.
Here's Robinson. Now 0 for 3 from the field.
They make him rush a little, Jim.
Pascal. Oh, he takes it all the way to the other side around Wagner.
How about the speed and strength? Boy, it defies that body.
Timeout, Wolverines.
And right here, Pascal. Great footwork, inside reverse. Nice jab step, get it to the rim. Villanova up 14, in control in the second half. And I think right now, Michigan, they started the second half. They went inside to Wagner. He was able to convert one-on-one, and they've gone away from that. You have to get him the ball and touches it low.
Well, you find out what you're made of. Not so much on this end, but the other end.
So,
And they got an offensive foul on downside. Bridges, I think, with a discard on Wagner.
I love this cut right here by Wagner. It's wide open. They didn't look for him, but he was able to draw the foul right there. But aggressively posting up. He wants the ball. He just needs to get his touches.
When you're struggling like Michigan, you got to run your stuff. They did run their action that time. Perfect trap. They infringed on the territory. The cylinder.
So Brunson picks up his second after Bridges a few seconds earlier picked up his second.
Grant told me the other day, don't ever invade my cylinder. This is what they got right here. You can't believe it. That's what I did when I got my paycheck at Seton Hall. Run your stuff, be patient. They got the mismatch now. DiVincenzo sniffing over there.
Simpson takes it to the paint. Tough shot.
Tough kid. This is the end. You find out whether you got it or not. Reach back. Wagner's got the tough match, I think.
Brunson powering his way.
Whew. And so strong, so in control. Gets the shot that he wants. Jalen Brunson with the beautiful move. 9
points on the night.
And Jim, that's when they move Pascal. This is a tough lineup, I think, for Michigan to defend.
Back over to Wagner as we move inside 10 to shoot. Rolls off, but he'll be putting up a couple. Brunson, he had 2 quick baskets at the start with power moves inside, and he did it here on Simpson again.
He is not afraid to get hit down there, is he? Goodness, but they can invert whenever they want, and then he's doing a little refereeing as well. But it's interesting, they started the game when Pascal got on Mo, he hugged him. He's got to give a little distance and move those legs and contain.
Celebrate the 2018 National Championship with officially licensed locker room tees, hats, and more. For all your team apparel and accessories, head to ncaa.com/shop. His parents come in from Germany. Beata, his mother, Axel, his father. And he says to us, he says, you know, as you can see, he's been quieted since that great start. I can't be around them for much more than 10 minutes. They're just so excited, living the dream over here 24/7.
And how about that
at the Final Four?
I'd be excited if he were my son, too.
That's right.
Exactly. How about that visit to recruit him?
Beeline going over, getting a home-cooked meal.
Yeah.
Brunson again. Oh, he gives it up to Spellman for the 3. And Matthews is going to be charged with that foul.
He tried to check out DiVincenzo. He should have taken that layup right at the rim, but that's how unselfish they are. Think they can get a better look?
I don't know how Brunson found Spellman in that situation.
How about that? Amazing.
So a little push and number 2 on him.
I'm trying to post up DiVincenzo now on Simpson. He wants a clear out.
Brunson
Tough.
takes free. Tapped up and in by Spellman.
How about the long arm with the reach back and a reverse off the glass? Pretty.
Highest ranked Jay Wright recruit. Spellman. Simpson behind the back. Now bounces it underneath on the floor. Scooped up by Brunson. Look up. DiVincenzo does look up. He's got Booth. Back outside. Spellman gets set. Fires. Off the mark.
And that's that play. Catch and get the pivot foot and drill it.
Simpson. Nowhere to go, so he'll dribble back away from Brunson.
Wagner wants it on the left side.
Rockman and Matthews very quiet offensively here in the second half for Michigan.
Dribble him into the post. Oh, the offense.
Offense.
And he got Brunson right in the face, it looked like. His second.
And why?
Watch out here.
Wagner had some words for DiVincenzo.
Uh-oh, something's happening here. Spellman and Wagner had to be separated.
Right here, Jim, just a nice spin, but Wagner extended his left arm, got called for a foul, and then some words were exchanged, and a double technical foul on Wagner and on Spellman. And he definitely got the offensive foul. Frustration right there.
If DiVincenzo was shot, then he gets both. Bridges, he got them all.
So Wagner gets hit with the personal, and then later part of the technical, as well as Spellman on that double technical. So both of the centers with 3 now in the game. Puts Wagner on the bench. Spellman also taken off the floor. Roundtree comes in for Villanova.
Good to calm both guys down, too. Good piece of coaching as well.
Teskey, the 7-1 center, back out for the Wolverines.
Once again, it tests your mental. Can you get down and dig and scratch? One of the foremost coaches in the country on the sideline as well. So many ways they beat you. Look at this dribble drive and hustle.
That's the 5th offensive rebound, a turnover right there. But the story of the game, 10 offensive rebounds for Villanova, 5 in this half already. Michigan must finish the defensive possession by securing the offense or this defensive glass.
Roundtree with that fumble did a lot of little things in their game against Texas Tech. Good hustle for the rebound, then the turnover.
But he goes out. Bridges returns. Bridges tonight with 6 points, 4 rebounds.
Automatic switch curtails your penetration.
Robinson.
Boy, that's the guy. They go stay here. They give it to Pascal.
Robinson just can't get going. Had some good looks thus far. So important to this team.
And how about Michigan? At the start, hit 2 of its first 4 from 3, but has now missed its last 11. And Brunson comes back out.
And Jim, I think when you're a good offensive team like Villanova, you forget how hard they play on the other end.
Brunson for Gillespie.
Look at this, even the denial, they know the out of bounds play. Perfect scouting. Robinson, and they get the switch again.
Poole. And DiVincenzo has it and takes off. Bridges, top of the key.
Wow. How many teams would have backed that off?
It was a 2-on-4.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Let him go. A little woo-woo.
Right now, Michigan just can't do anything, can't find anything. Villanova's offense or defense has been so spectacular. A tough shot by Robinson.
One on the glass. Great pursuit. Pascal's such a force for this team. To me, he's the Josh Hart of this club.
DiVincenzo
Nice help by Rob.
Yeah, Robinson's able to make the steal. Into the hands of Poole. Poole driving, spinning, putting it. Well, lost control of it, but it's last touch by Pascal.
And right here, you said it, 2 against 4. Why not? Bridges wide open, not really getting involved offensively, but just stepped up, hit a big shot. Great concentration, rotation on the basketball, pretty shot. And DiVincenzo, he pushed it there, found the open guy.
Well, they play loose.
And those 2 big guys come back out at the same time onto the floor. Spellman and Wagner. Wagner shrugs his shoulder for a moment, says, hey, he's already holding it.
There's that little slice cut to the box, automatic switch, front and help.
Yep, Booth fronting him. Brockman steps back. Oh, and he hits the 3.
He knew those inches prevail.
He's had a nice night, 13. Wagner has 14.
Rooting back at home, huh?
But it's on this end right here. Defense has been the key this tournament for Michigan. And they have to get stops against these Wildcats as Matthews gets a nice deflection.
And guys, what Villanova is so tough, they don't have to diagram anything. I mean, they can beat you with the 3, a slip, a dribble drive.
It's almost like they don't have sets. They have principles, and they play out of those principles on the offensive end.
Bridges, big step, tough shot. Somehow contorted his body enough to make it.
That length, you had that too, the ability to extend and finish the deal.
Matthews blocked by Bridges, but a foul called on the floor, on the shot. Actually, it's going to be Booth.
From my angle, it looked like a charge, but
I know Brunson.
No, oh yeah, no,
he's up above that heel, above the line.
Yeah,
you know,
good call. Great block. I think Matthews, he has to get engaged here. He was so good in that second half against Loyola Chicago in the semifinal game, attacking the basket. He's got to continue to be a one-on-one player and have an impact here.
So Villanova has Pascal, Spellman, and Brunson all with 3. Bigger rap battles, bigger burns, Method Man, and Haley Baldwin host the TBS original series, Drop the Mic. It's all new April 15th on TBS.
Boy, that offends you, that, huh? Drop that mic?
It should be. Hey, there's Spike Albrecht.
How about that?
Yeah, 5 years ago tonight, he came off the bench in that championship game. First half, had 17 against Louisville.
How about that 4 for 9, I think? Am I right? Or
0 for 4 for Matthews from the free throw line.
that's a bugaboo for them all year. But Spike, how about him? Double hip operation. What a competitor. Of course, ended up at Purdue.
As a graduate transfer at the end, but very tied and tethered to this Michigan program. Pascal unable to get it to go. Matthews. This time he's going to take any doubt out of it.
I like that. John Beilein saying, come on, let's get involved here.
Remember, he had a couple of drives to the basket in the second half against Loyola Chicago that kind of helped turn things
Generate
around.
things.
Really did. Twice in the second half. DiVincenzo.
Look at this offensive rebound. That's the way to play.
The second half, they have done a lot of business off the offensive glass. 11 boards off that end. Jay Wright liking what his team's doing. Beilein trying to solve the riddle. We have 12 minutes left for the title, and Villanova has the 15-point advantage.
That'll fill a few locker spaces.
Yeah, $1 million. Spellman able to pluck that. Make sure Wagner didn't get it. Booth. Off the floor with it. Robinson.
Be sound and attack. Look for Rockman or Matthews maybe to tee it up, go to the rim.
Nice slip.
Look at the help. They're so alert.
Booth read it all the way.
All such multi-positional players.
Booth has Wagner.
Short.
And that's tapped out. Goes to Michigan. Over to Tracy.
Jim, during that timeout, John Beilein urging Mo Wagner to get more involved. They want to get it to him inside, and they want him to drive Brunson more. Also trying to give confidence to their shooters, saying shoot the ball with confidence. You can do it. Let's make a run here, Jim.
All right, Raph, you made an observation a couple times. You thought Michigan looked a little fatigued.
Yeah, early in the game, I think after that first 7 or 8 minutes, they got to regenerate, re-energize here. But Villanova, the switching has really been nice slip pass. There you go.
Matthews, look at DiVincenzo. Bring it back down.
With 2 hands.
5 to shoot. Simpson draws the contact.
Nothing for free.
Well, remember the block he had earlier where he pinned it against the rim.
Boy, that's called walling up big time, huh?
Yeah, that right there is special right there. Not fouling, meeting Matthews, a great leaper his own right.
But that was the 4th on Brunson.
I think he's going to take a rest now. See Gillespie up, getting ready to go in.
Simpson with that unorthodox style at the line, trying to make sure his right shoulder gets involved. Looks like he's just reaching over and grabbing a ball off a ball rack, as Brunson has to go out now at the 10:51 mark and replaced by the freshman Gillespie.
And once again, as you take a look at the foul problems, the injury to Gillespie early in the year, and his ability to come back and get ready certainly has helped this team.
Xavier Simpson gets them both.
Right now, Michigan down 13 with Brunson out of the game. Now you just got to get stops on this end and, of course, execute. Be smart and solid. Watch this screen and roll.
DiVincenzo likes to run the point when he's out. Nice. Oh, look at this dribble handle.
Behind the back.
Oh, showing it all. How about that?
He reached deep into the bag of tricks on that one. Great show by Wagner, but even better ball handling skills. DiVincenzo, so elusive, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line. Wow, impressive.
So looking for his first second half points.
71% free throw shooter.
Doesn't add up, does it?
No, with that stroke of his. Physically imposing too. He's not just a guy that can get by you with speed. He can buy you with that strength. Deuce gets it to 12. Gets interesting now.
It was 18.
They don't care what size you are. They automatic switch and front. Try and corral.
Matthews outside on the wing. Simpson. I sure had the line,
Yeah,
but
I thought he had it.
from our angle, looked good. Short. Jay Wright barking out a play call here as we approach 10 minutes to go.
Look at this drive.
DiVincenzo with his first field goal of the second half.
And right away, they just opened the middle. Nobody there to help. Nobody home to do some damage for the Wolverines.
Now with 21 on the night.
Wagner really has to get a little more engaged. Nice cut by the big guy. There you
Perfect
go.
pass by Matthews.
Sure was.
And that's going to be there. Spellman's been trying to deny Wagner at the top. Great cut by the big fella.
They don't want to just match. They want to dig down and scratch and stop.
Swinging it over to Bridges.
Look how they lift everybody. Ooh, what a bad
Tough
pass.
pass. Matthews was waiting for it. Steps up and is able to hit it. And
what a
knocked down, but no whistle.
What a tough pass. And all of a sudden, knocking on the door.
Matthews now with 6. An 11-5 stretch. DiVincenzo breaks their heart.
Early dagger. How about the biggest stage, the brightest lights?
Just when there was a little momentum heading in Michigan's direction.
This kid is special.
I think the move is spelled Dante. Forcing him to use a lot of time as well.
7 to shoot. Matthews jumper and pulled down by Spellman with 2 hands, as he often does.
He reminds me of Jerry Lucas. Now, I know a lot of guys won't remember that name, but Middletown, Ohio State.
Ohio State for sure.
Two-handed rebound with some power.
And has a memory like yours.
None of us had a game. Oh, look at this. Yes.
Shins. Oh, that is not real. How did that go?
Who needs Brunson?
Wow.
He has scored Villanova's last 9 points.
He's in a different zone.
Ooh. Dante. A little inferno. Set a tone, Raph.
Rolling
about this kid?
a little pizza and vino.
Back up to 18. Luke Hancock had 23 and was MOP for Louisville in 2013. That championship, though, vacated.
And Jim, we still have 7 minutes left.
And Jimmy, he's a nice little drive. He's so good at getting to the goal. Oh, he's hurt after.
Both took a hard fall.
Pascal have his 4th foul. Basket goes.
And I thought Pascal had the lane or had the angle on him, yeah, to block it. But Simpson, great touch and finish, and they both fell hard there and trying to give some life to this Michigan team, but tough move.
So Pascal joins Brunson on the bench with 4 fouls. Brunson's been down now for about 3 minutes, and no reason to put him at risk, put him back on the floor.
Maybe a little light pressure here.
And Jim, the thing about DiVincenzo, he's sort of taken the heart out of the opponent, the way he's been shooting the ball at critical times, and foul problem.
Backdoor they go, and Matthews held him.
Nice play. They all can make plays. They're all unselfish. Talk about playing together.
It's going to be the fourth, by the way, on Matthews. The first to reach 4 on the Wolverines. This kid's on his way to a 30-point night and beyond.
It's just amazing. You never know at this level who's going to step up. Got to learn how to shoot free throws.
Well, it promises to be a thrilling Masters. Masters Week is here. Watch Masters Live for exclusive coverage of 8-Man Corner, 15 and 16, and featured groups live on CBS Sports app, CBSSports.com, Masters.com. Ball tipped around and controlled by Poole.
And that's what they work on. We've seen that on those missed free throws, slapping about. Spellman just couldn't come up with it. Go to the rim somehow. Nice drop step.
Rockman, big step there.
Got to go to your ISO and quick hitters.
But it's been difficult. Villanova's defense really making it difficult for Michigan. No three-point opportunities. Hard to get to the basket, but I agree. They got to continue to attack. They had success in the first half, and there's still time left. We never know what can happen here in a game down the stretch.
Good to see Rockman stepping up, too. Struggled the other night.
That was a third on both.
And right here, Coach, if Rockman makes this, do you put on some pressure maybe?
I would extend the floor a little bit. You don't want to open them up to the Jay Wright loves to get pressed. They don't mind taking that jack and going over the top. You got to be careful how you dispense pressure.
15 for Rockman. Wagner tops with 16. They have 31 of the 48.
And this is where Villanova is so good at just using the clock, being very patient, executing, and finding that man.
Well, he wants it, doesn't he? He doesn't want to give it up, and he gets Robinson, number 3.
And that's going to be the 7th team foul on Michigan.
Strong, too, isn't he?
He is strong.
A great weapon putting it on the bounce. They got 2 elite coaches here. They're doing great jobs to get their team to this position.
So 1-1. It's the only part of his night that hasn't gone well. He's missed 4 of his last 5 free throws. But gets the front end. Villanova just 6:52 away from a second championship in 3 years. Both finalized in the state of Texas if they finish this one off. DiVincenzo now with 29, including Villanova's last 11 points scored.
And a little nickel dimer on the drive, and that's all they're going to go to. Why not? Stop the clock, get to the free throw line, and convert.
Two championships in 3 seasons. This is since 1975 after all the UCLA dynasties. You got Duke, you might remember that, Grant, I think.
I don't know how Mike did it. He didn't have any players.
Kentucky 96 and 98, 2 out of 3. And then, of course, the Gators, Billy Donovan's team, repeat winners. By the way, you know, our man going into the Basketball Hall of Fame, how about this? Grant's the first Duke basketball player to go into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
How about that?
Coach K, of course, is in, but first player, Grant Hill.
Right.
Now, I was in disbelief when you told me that the other day, and
that is amazing. All the years.
You know, you think about some of the names there.
I'm busy in September. I don't know about you, Jim.
I got plans.
Yeah, I do. Family vacation.
Springfield. I want to be there.
You guys are both invited. And
you mentioned a great Duke. I'm thinking of Dick Rode, right?
Rode.
Both sports.
Oh, and DiVincenzo trying to do too much that time. Went behind the back, and the Wolverines come up with it. Need to do something now. Poole. That was a great move to the hole, but no control with the shot.
Jay trying to get him to slow down a little bit.
Bridges.
So much for that.
Is that slow enough?
Good coaching. That's why that guy's got expensive suits. They got a license to drill it.
And every time it felt like Michigan was getting back, 14-point game, it's like this Villanova team has answered. It's been amazing to watch, but here, got to attack, get to the basket.
Rockman outside, though, and it's DiVincenzo.
This will be a milk of the clock this trip.
Bridges.
They got a foul on the small change.
Bridges with 10 in the second half, 14 for the game.
And so good in transition, finding the open shooter. Bridges, a great transition three-point shooter and just answering the bell. And I thought, as you said, you know, maybe just back it out, use the clock. But no, Bridges knocks it in.
Well, that's the problem. You got to get back and then get out and cover. They all can drill that baby on a catch.
Villanova runs opportunistically. They're not always looking to run, but when they do, they're very efficient, like on that last play.
Bridges, who won the Dave Gavitt Award as the Big East Tournament MOP. Gillespie.
He's trying to hide it.
Has some blood on his jersey.
Tucked it in. You know, the Gavitt games, the last few years, they're 12-12, right?
That would be so, you know, the Big Ten and Big East in those early season matchups. It's gone 4-4, 4-4, 4-4 the last 3 years.
Right. And of course, Danny Gavitt, vice president here, president of basketball operations
who,
at the
lives this NCAA tournament.
His dad, one of the great names and people in all of basketball.
Yep.
And of course, Ackerman and Delaney, the commissioners, got together in his honor to have those games.
Now with its largest lead, up to 19. And that's off Michigan.
Look at Gillespie. They all have fire.
Nothing going right for Michigan. John Beilein, the mastermind, but his team just unable to bring much life right there. Great hands by Gillespie inside. It's all off of Michigan.
See how he jumped it too? He's trying to force a baseline a little bit.
And what's impressive is Villanova, they still compete on the defensive ends. Up 9 with 5 minutes left. They're going to play 40 minutes, 19-point game.
Gillespie. And to go back outside with it. Quick draw by Bridges.
Look at this tip to himself. Didn't get it, but Spellman.
They got to run right here. Get something early.
Look at him get back, though.
Rockmont. Tough shot. Oh, Spellman will count the basket.
A message by the big fella. And that's good defense, too. You don't foul. You got somebody helping. They must have communicated on this particular play. Force him into a tough angle. And
I think that was the right call. I thought the ball hit the backboard first. But you're right. Great help here. Great team defense. Villanova. Expect nothing less.
yeah, amazing. Resilient. Take hits. Keep ticking.
And they're doing all this right now with their best player, Jalen Brunson, on the bench.
Gillespie with Wagner shutting him off.
Brunson
look at that move.
And
You can hear him say no.
And that's what Brunson has taught this team. All of the guys keep the dribble alive, tease the bigs, drag them away, create a path for themselves, or somebody dives and finishes the deal. And that could be it. He may not play again, right? This particular game.
4 for Wagner. And Brunson still sitting, and again, has been out since outside the 10-minute mark.
That's what a team's all about, though. Collectively,
and
coaching.
He's still engaged, still on his guys to continue with the effort. That's leadership.
You got to think you're going to put him back on the floor. It's going to be, he's going on after this, graduating in 3 years. Got to give him one more chance to be on the floor and get that ovation coming back out.
That's a great point. He's Jay without a suit on.
Smartest guy in the program, according to Jay Wright, including the coach.
Big East Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Yep. Wagner still working hard. And short with the shot. Tired legs.
Yep, he really got fatigued. We saw that early in the game, took him out.
You were talking about, Grant, with Brunson, not only the National Player of the Year, the Big East Player of the Year, the Big East Scholar Athlete of the Year, as Bridges has 3 more.
Nothing you can do when they're raining threes, Jim. They are a heck of a basketball team.
Simpson got ply off the glass for 2 more.
You know, Jim, I think I told both you and Grant, Billy Cunningham was a friend of ours. He watched them practice before the season, and he called me and he said they're going to win the NCAA tournament. That's how good he thought they were in 2 days of practice. He knows a little bit about basketball.
Yes, he does.
What a night for Villanova and its shooting stars, about to bring another championship to Philadelphia. Well, he's about to become, I mean, he's that next generation, if you will, to have multiple national championships.
How about that?
And the city of Philadelphia just 2 months removed from a Super Bowl victory. And of course, the coach is a huge Eagles fan, a season ticket holder.
He can go to the parade this time.
Yeah, well,
right?
He did. You know, they had a home game on Super Bowl Sunday, and then he stayed in the city that night with his family. And there they were, spilling out into the streets to celebrate with his wife Patty, Colin, Taylor, Riley, the kids.
I just can't picture him with a pretzel with mustard on it. Just wouldn't go with that beautiful blue suit. There's Pat.
Guess what? DiVincenzo now has 31.
What a game. What a magnificent performance. Did a little slippage, and you called it right. Brunson back on the floor for that.
What was Jay? He was talking about the city and how things are changing. You know, when they won in 16, the city hadn't had a victory parade since the Phillies back in 08. And, you know, there'll be another parade coming for Villanova. It's going to be the second for the city in a 2-month span. He said, we used to be the city of underdogs. Now it's going to be the city of champions.
It's just amazing. Both teams and the impact they have on their city.
You have a feeling with Jay Wright, he's got so much runway in front of him. He may be back here again. So you're right.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. There's more to come as Rockman lays it up and in. Thrown away by DiVincenzo, right back to Michigan.
You've got to keep going, though. But Michigan, what a great finish, too, for John Beilein when you think of it, right?
John Beilein, in the last 6 years, 4 Sweet 16s, 3 Elite Eights, 2 Final Fours, and 2 appearances in the championship game. Rockman puts up the quick 3.
So well respected, too, and they just continue to play one and done.
Brunson, who has returned, able to swoop it over to Pascal, and Livers with the contact there. Coming up next on TBS, it's Inside March Madness, presented by Buick with Kenny, Charles, Clark, and the guys. Jay Wright, so much a part of the whole Philadelphia landscape. And we're talking about the Eagles and calls that a family thing. It's always been a part of the family routine, and that family attitude that he's built in this program. He actually spoke to the Eagles, by the way, when Coach Peterson came.
He said he was overwhelmed talking to them, right? All these big guys looking at him.
He wanted to burn the tape.
Yeah. He felt like a young guy with his heroes.
He's about to get an award named after another guy with the initials JW. John Wooden.
Oh, I thought you meant Marriott.
He's going to get the Legacy Award next week.
Oh, what a high
fun trip for him.
Accommodation by him.
Deservedly so.
Rockman with 2 more. And he has led the Wolverines tonight with 23. Remember how early in the game, Wagner went to one of our early breaks. He already had the 3 for 3 from the field. Had 11 points early. He's now 16 for the game.
You talked about fatigue and maybe wearing down. Had such a great performance Saturday. It's not enough tonight.
He's right at the rim and they pass it out.
Brunson unable to hit it.
Well, too unselfish.
Yeah. Look at this interception.
Brunson.
Watch this one, Jim.
Look at these 2 stars. Brunson waits and rims out. Spellman, though, says, I'll take it.
And that's because you run the floor, you're rewarded. Can't count on somebody making a goal on his own.
Villanova, the highest scoring team in college basketball, about to be the first team since North Carolina 05 to lead the country in scoring and win the title. Wagner off the mark. Spellman. And another Carolina tie. We showed you the graphic earlier. The Tar Heels of 09, the last to win all 6 tournament games by double digits. They're going to match that.
We all talk about the offense of Villanova. but they get down and dirty on that defensive end.
They really embody the spirit of Philadelphia, a toughness about them that's just impressive, and that was on display here tonight.
Brunson dribbles back out and around, and the shot clock expires.
See, that's the Gillespie play now. That's not the Brunson play anymore.
And now Michigan bringing in Simmons, taking out Robinson and Wagner. And the Wolverine faithful, Rockman coming out. Pascal heads out on the other side, along with Bridges. The Wolverine, again faithful, stand and applaud their conquering heroes who got them all the way to the championship game. A team that was the 5th seed in its own conference tournament. I mean, let's reward them for what they did do to make it here as Teskey gets the dunk.
And with all that hard work all year, both programs, kids leaving it out, sacrificing.
I'd say it's been impressive, Michigan. The defense they played this year, impressive job by Beeline, just not enough against these Wildcats.
Booth at the Spellman, misses the dunk. Brought down by Watson of Michigan.
Not a bad three-point shooter because they know they get up on him.
Now Brooks dribbling around. Back outside, Watson. Tipped out.
Look at Gillespie. You got to dig and scratch. You can see a little arch in him. But they keep guarding, don't they, Grant?
Yes, they do.
And that should be it.
Well, Watson with a hard-earned bucket. And a timeout call.
John's going to put everybody in.
And a chance for Brunson, I'm sure, to get his due. National Player of the Year.
The consummate basketball player, Jim.
Do you know that Super Bowl I was played January 15th, 1967? There has never been a Super Bowl champion and a national champion in men's basketball in the same year in the same city.
Wow.
What do you do with your spare time?
And look who's going to have the ball in his hands at the end.
Appropriately.
What a great team we witnessed in this tournament. And tonight, the Nova Nation has another national championship.